Okay. Right. Onegaishimasu. Right. We'll just do a little bit of loosening. Yes. Yeah. Good. Working the rotation. Working with a wave to the spine. Nice big movement. You let it pass all the way through from the tip of the spine. Okay, we'll just start at the bottom, working the ankles. Just switch between the two, each side, nice and loose. Knees, working both directions. Working bending and straightening. So about halfway down. Trying to keep the heels down, flat on the ground. Coming all the way down. Using the pressure in the elbows just to press out and in at the same time. Just come a little bit wider. Sometimes just let the weight of the body drop down. Through the hip. Stretch to the side. And change it. Change. One more time, come into here, and then just let the body lean into the leg. Bring the chest down. A little bit of a twist, and a little bit coming down. And to the side. Just let the body rock over to the stretch leg. Okay, good. Bring both legs back. Just the hands on the same line. And spine release. And the head. Slowly let the head drop towards the ground. Bringing the elbows down to the floor. Working through the back of the knees. Good. And just walking the hands forward. Keeping the hips back. Nice and long through the spine. Just putting one leg in front of the other. Keeping the back heel down first. And changing sides. And a little bit wider, bringing the back heel off the ground. Dropping the weight down, shifting forward a little bit more. And change. Okay, bring the back knee all the way down, stretching forward into the hip. Changing sides. One more time, same position, and then take the opposite hand. Use the other hand to support yourself. Just open up into a spiral. Keep changing sides. Nice, nice. Okay, just bringing both knees back, stretching through the spine here. Good, coming up onto the toes, stretching back. And just gently treading with the heels. Okay, great. Okay, just loosen the legs up a little bit. Turning the side. And across the front, over to the side. And the side. Yes. Okay, good. And working the knee. Maybe opening the hip out. This side. Good. Just make circles with the hips. Both ways. Twist into the back with the elbows. Working the chest a little bit. Just working different directions, so go to the side a little bit, working the diagonals. Just really try to mobilize that area. Especially to the sides. And also really let the chest cave to the back. Open out. Yes, and then really opening out the shoulders. Get that same mobility in the chest, really opening out. Expanding, opening the back. And forwards. Yes. 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 Alternating the shoulders. Working with the figure of 8 movement, bringing in the arms. Working the wrists. Give it a knee up. Contact changing over. Yes. Into position. And change. Put them over the top. Change. And to 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒕. Yes. Change. Onto the fingers all the way through. Change. You're working underneath to the 𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒂𝒕. Let the whole body go with it. Yes. And change. Yeah, great. Can you just shaking the wrist out? And side. rolling the arms. And the legs. Another one. Yeah. Very good. Okay, we'll do a little bit of UKEMI. Let's see. A little bit lower. There we go. Okay, just stop. Just here with the legs stretching out. Just to open out the legs a little bit more. Just reaching forward, stretching out. Taking one leg to the side. Reaching for the toe. And to the side. Reaching out both legs. Bringing the hands to the front. Into butterfly position. Last one, bring the legs right at the top, all the way to the back if you can. Great, and then just tuck in the knees to the chest. Nice and lightly down the spine. Take it into a butterfly, just letting the body rock forwards a little bit more into the hip. Very good. Okay, and then working alternating the sides. Use the hands, driving the movement with the legs. 10 more. And there we go. Okay, just a little bit forward roll. You can take your time with it. Nice and control. And as quiet as possible. And just try a few with the backwards roll as well. So going forwards through, rolling it back on both sides. Okay, great. We'll do a little bit of body work. Okay. So we're just going right into the tiny anchor. So just really take your time with it. Find the extension nice and long. And then rolling through. And settling into each position. work with a Morotodori, with a Kokyuho, but in this case, work with a Ryotodori. So you can use both hands. In this case, rather than this position, the front hand goes into this position, and the back hand goes here, like this. So you've got the two hands working slightly different movements. You've got the same feeling of sinking in, and then this is the same, raising up and across, pressing down. So this first move is just a little bit different now. Extension through both hands, sinking in, opening out to the back. Sinking in, opening out to the back. And then we'll work with tenshi nage. So coming here, opening out to the side, extension through. That's a big movement. You're now really triangulating through to the side and to the back. Nice strong extension in both hands. Extension right up through. Let's work with these two techniques, but just start to open them out a little bit more. So you understand a little bit more movement into them. Coming through, opening down. both kind of 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒄 movements using one side of the body, and the other using that side of the body. Okay, good. And then just focus on those very last movements now. So just try and condense the techniques down. The first one you've got really using this arm and spiraling through this way. So it's contained, much more contained now, but really trying to open them out in the spirals. And just explore, you've got the front hand or the back hand. So you've also got this kind of tenchi movement now. This kind of rolling through. Very similar to kind of a Ruminagi movement as well, but just focusing on that kind of spiraling through from the hip. So much more condensed now. And just explore with different footwork as well. You can do this from the front side or from the back, but coming in. So just play with it. Two sides, two hands, and two different ways of spiraling through. Okay, great. We'll do a little bit of atemi work. So we'll just focus on the ski to start. So just start with just a little bit wider than shoulder width, and really first very loose. So get in the position here, nice and strong. Really feel the core of the body, and then really just tossing the hand away. So really just try one side at a time. But really get a sense that you're tossing the hand away, and put all the focus really on the core of the body. So let the core stay really central. And the fist really just have the sense that it's thrown out, but that it doesn't disturb the core of the body, and that you're not tossing the balance forward. Just get a sense of something, although it feels quite light at first, get a sense of heaviness in it. So the heaviness is going to come from the connection to the ground with the body. Just try a few on each side. Really just throw it out. Keep the balance, really maintain the balance in the center. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. This is very similar, but it's keeping a little bit more structure in the strike now. So you've got this position is the same, just reaching out. Again, keep this really light, but really start to bring down the elbow into it nice and heavy. And every time really refine the center line of the body. So coming through there, but keep this nice and loose. Refining the center line, let the hips, again, really keep the core of the body engaged through. So it's not throwing out through the body, really engaging it through the ground. Yeah. Nice and loose in the hand, so there's hardly any focus going into the hand at all. There. There. Just really trying to get the coordination, the balance, everything there together. There. That's it. Yeah, and the key thing to work on here is get the feeling this is in contact with the body, and it's like the elbow's really injecting the strike. So it's really what you want is a feeling that the hip connection to that hand is really direct, so that it's get kind of pulled through. What you want to avoid is anything which you're going to kind of start to load and then strike with it. So you don't want to load the joint, but you just want to get the feeling that the feeling passes straight from the hip, and put the focus also in the opposite side as well. So this elbow pulling back is doing the same thing. So this and this, this and this. Just try and get that same kind of feeling. It's really like the fist follows a track through. It's really quite direct. There. 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 That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Good, and then just working with the fist, just coming against the hand here. So just do a few on each side. Keep it tight, but keep that sense of heaviness in it. So you want the whole joint to be still nice and free. So just play with it where you've got a sense of, there's a sense of impact and follow through also. Impact, follow through. Keeping really that connection with the elbow straight through. So you really feel that that's connecting through from the elbow. Just play with it both sides, not too hard. This way. Just a few each side. There. 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 Again, keep a sense of the hip being behind it as well. So even though it's a small movement, keep a sense of the hip still behind it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah, and as you make that contact with the hand, also feel that the feet are also making a connection to the ground. So what you don't want to do is kind of take it away from the feet in any way. This is what we're kind of known for, and there's always kind of punching out of balance. So really get a sense, especially here, that you can get a sense that the body's really in contact with the ground, and that ground pathway is still right behind the strike. So play a little bit with the feet. We'll do that next, but just get a sense that the strikes here, you've got these two focuses, the hand and also the feet. There, 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 there. Just explore a little bit the position in the hand as well. A little bit different. Don't go too hard. There. That's it. That's it. There we go. That's it. Great, and then just use that same feeling in the hands now. So making the strike. So again, keep the focus in this feeling of the elbow, really projecting or injecting the hand through. But now just having that focus in the hand. So you've got something hard now, and a focus through it. Keep that sense of the balance in the core. And you can play with the fist. You can make this kind of movement, or you can rotate through it. As long as you can keep the core engaged through it. Connecting through the hip, no problem. Okay, good. And then just play a little bit with the feet. So just play with, you've got two sides, obviously, two hands, and you can perform it. You can do it on both sides. So just play with a little bit, just kind of sliding forward, a little bit stepping through as well. And again, really get a sense of the weight. Again, keep that connection to the core of the body, keeping the elbow really engaging through it, and now adding that focus in. Coming through. Coming through. Coming through. Okay, now keep that in mind. Just imagine you've got a person in the room. You're going to kind of track them around the room. So coming through, striking, coming through, striking. Now keep it kind of mobile. So don't kind of come into these kind of positions and kind of stick in that position. So just keep it in a sense kind of mobile. You come through, the person's invading, follow them. Through the person's invading, follow them, and just play with as you rotate. Which hand feels the most kind of natural to kind of attack from, and what kind of attack you kind of is going to come from that position. So if you imagine a person in the room just moving, you're going to track them. Where's the next strike going to come from? So it's a little bit more flexible now. Really moving the body around. Okay, good. And just we'll play with the opposite side now. So imagine you've got the person coming in doing those attacks to you. Generally, just stick into the kind of the center line, but just first start with movement. So just really get the sense that you're just coming off the line, really flexibly moving the body around. So they're also kind of tracking you. So just play with different footwork, rotations, really engaging, really protecting. Really trying to mobilize the whole body off the line. Off the line. Really trying to keep the feet supple, flexible. Good. And then just start to bring the arms into it. So just feel that you're using them just for now, just for kind of contact. So you're going to move with them, and they're really, they're going to be an addition to the bodywork. So they're not now kind of separate. Just get the sense that they're going to kind of roll together. So the hip, shoulder, everything's going to kind of go with it. So full body movement, but really now get the sense that you're going to make contact with the hands or with the arms. So you're protecting. Feel that the punch going to the body, also go to the face, a little bit higher. You're just playing with connection, contact, deflections. Yeah. And keep it nice and fluid. And then last thing, play with, you've got the deflection happening, and play now with also introducing an atemi as a kind of response to it, but let it really fit it in with the bodywork. So you don't want to do kind of 1-2. Now really get the sense that they're going to roll in together. So just see what comes out as you go into the movement. But the strike's really going to be a little bit subtle, and it's just going to come from the bodywork again. Just play it a little bit. Just imagine what position it will put you in, and then if you want, you can also add techniques into it. It's going to give you an opening for something, kind of follow through. Let's play with it there. Whoosh. Okie dokie. We'll stop that. Thank you. はい。どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。
Great. Thank you.